As most of us know, our dogs are very sensitive to our emotions. But most people think that our dogs are only sensitive to our emotions when we are directly interacting with them. But they're even more sensitive than that. Not only can they read our facial expressions and recognise our tone of voice, they can also smell our emotions. Research has shown that dogs can smell fear and happiness within our sweat. And when they recognise those emotions, they actually change their behaviour towards our emotions. A recent experiment was conducted where an owner and their dog was in a room with a stranger. In some situations, they diffused the scent of the happy sweat into the room, and when that happened, the dog was more confident to approach the stranger and actually spent more time with the stranger. But when the scent of the fearful sweat was diffused into the room, the dog actually became quite wary of the stranger and spent more time with the owner looking for reassurance. If you have a dog that often causes you stress and anxiety in certain situations, maybe on every single walk you go on, then the chances are that you're already feeling anxious before you enter that situation. This will of course affect your dog. It will make them more anxious and more tense, which will make them more alert to potential problems. Many behaviour problems seen in dogs, particularly aggression, are actually driven by emotions. So not only are their own emotions influencing these behaviours, we now know that our emotions can influence those behaviours. So when you're dealing with a dog that's potentially showing behavioural problems like anxiety or aggression, you need to stop and take care of yourself. You need to consider your own well-being. My biggest advice to owners that are dealing with dogs that, are potentially causing them quite a lot of stress is don't be afraid to have a day off. Don't be afraid to miss a walk that day. If you're having a bad day, and we all know that we have those days where everything's going wrong and we feel like the whole world's against us and we generally feel stressed, you're better off staying at home and not facing the problem that day, because you're potentially going to make it worse. Have a fun day, have a play day. Your dog will definitely thank you for it.